This is slightly concerning, to say the least. Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB, and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge with Siena. And we're about to head into the 9th season of our tenure at Siena and the 10th season overall of the game. And we could be looking at the finances and be very scared right now. And it's getting to the point that I might actually let some staff go, because I've been looking at expenditures as of late, and we're spending 923,000 on player wages and 836,000 on staff wages, which means maybe need to get rid of some staff very soon. And I've got a few staff members that aren't really, I'm just using to cover up and to help with the coaching. But at the same time, coaching wise, we've got a lot of coaches. We've got about 6 coaches, and then we've got other coaches as well who can cover for other areas. So despite wanting to keep some of the coaches, I might need to let some of them go, because we've got a lot of coaches at the club right now. And I think Valley is probably the only person I want to keep at the moment. Along with the 2 fitness coaches and 2 goalkeeping coaches, I can keep those around, but anyone else could be off the table if we get a good enough offer for them. So it's just a matter of whether or not we can justify keeping some of the coaches around or managers around. And if we can't keep them around, we can hope for get smaller wages too. So yeah, it's gonna be something. We definitely need to look into this and say, can we improve this? Can we get coaches at smaller wages? Because I know we can definitely do that now, and it's just a matter of making sure we do that, to say the least. And that's not just for the under 18s; it's also for the under 20s as coaches too. So, I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? 4 coaches in one area. So we definitely need to look into that. We've also been busy selling players at the moment. And yeah, this is the most active I've ever had, and we've sold 6 players this season to other teams for money. Hamid Kodabali was the first of those players. We sold him to Prato. I don't see him playing, honestly. Prato didn't get promoted. They're in this 4th tier still, but we weren't going to use him. He wasn't going to improve anytime soon, and we had to sell players because our finances were getting a bit concerning. And we're planning on spending 1,000 over the wage budget, and we needed to get rid of some players, get some money off. And given that there's a rule, you have to give every player that you have about 250 a week, we had to get rid of some players, like Lucchese, another player that we sold for decent money. I say decent, it's about $1,000 or 2, but it was good money that we can get money for the players, honestly. And another player was Boldenelli, again, not really going to be someone we would use. We needed to sell players on and to free up some finances, which also shows that anytime we get youth players coming now, we're going to have to be very concerned about potentially getting rid of some other players in the meantime. Not ideal, but what can you do? So I also sold some central defenders who have actually used in the past, like Bedini. He's played 5 times for us in the league, and we sold him on because I didn't think he was going to get any better, unfortunately. And he was eating up some wages that we needed to free up. It's not ideal, but what can you do? And the fact he was, the 8th choice defender, and there was a load of defenders ahead of him that were better in ability, I felt like I needed to make the move. The same with Pisoslotto. He's played 9 times for us. He's actually decent in some areas, but at the same time, we had better players that were coming through, and they had better potential, so it made sense to get rid of him. Another player, I think we sold him for 2.5 grand. It's the highest we've ever sold for a player, and he's already played in the Italian Cup. Now, Mario Cristiani, he's the player that's played the most for us, 25 times for us in the league, and decided we're not going to use defensive midfielders anymore. And if we were going to use the midfielders, he'd be very low in the pecking order. Like, he's 12th in the list of current ability, and that concerned me a lot. And his potential ability was really low. So I thought, yeah, I need to get rid of him. And very quickly decided probably a good thing to do. That being said, and this is the first for me, we're actually looking pretty good in where we're going to be predicted to finish this year. We are predicted to finish in 12th place. It's the first time we've ever been outside the relegation zone in terms of predicted finish, but then again, 4 of the teams that came up are not the best, so it probably helps in that regards. And other teams that came up were probably not as good, and some of the teams that came along were transferred to other teams, other divisions. Makes sense in that regard. So we got 4 teams. Other teams got 2 from the Serie B tier, and other teams just decided they weren't as good as they could have been. So yeah, teams got transferred across other leagues. We didn't, and we had 4 teams come up. It also shows that Versus and Teller's departure from this league was pretty a big blow for them. But yeah, 12 players expected to be finishing. We are still going to go for this formation. The fact that Oliver is already considered a starter player, yes, Alioni is on the right in that position, and Scapato is not, is a good sign. So we've got players that can play there. Zone, I can see playing in the future too. Serpe will be starting because of fitness. But yeah, that's projected lineup, first and foremost, in the cup. Insecure finances, we've got a lot of concerns there. But in regards to actual players, we're looking pretty decent. Zone is looking very decent for his division now, for his age. Only 18. I could see him being the main man in the box-to-box midfielder if we ever needed to sell Fantozzi, and legitimately, considering doing it now, despite the fact that Fantozzi is a decent player at the age 22, he's a good player for his division. We're probably spending too much money on him for his age, and yes, he could become a Serie B player in the future. I feel we can potentially sell him on if we needed to free up some free extra wages and give it to some players. It's one of those things. We've got 2 goalkeepers now. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Tortelli, Ices, and Magaloni are both good enough for his division, and even apparently Basilica, well, he was at one point considered, he's now considered the Serie D team, but that's because he's lost an attributes apparently. But yes, we've got some players that could be good. I'm actually transfer listing Sarpong because of his personality and his personality alone, and the fact his potential ability is not as good as the 4 players in the team. Marco Mauro is a player that I feel has got potential to be good, and he's got better personality. So yes, I will literally judge people on their personalities now and get rid of them accordingly. So we've got a lot of players in this team, and we need to definitely make sure we do more. But for the most part, we've got a decent team. Kaluki is also, I think, our best defender at this point, though I say that he's currently injured. He's got injured quite early on. He's been out since the 30th of July. He's got 3 weeks more to go through. He's got the abdominal strain. So, yes, we've got a few things we can work on. We've got so many players that can be good now. It's scary that we can literally say that's the thing. And we're going to play against Livorno in the Coppa Italia Liga Pro. We actually want to get past the group stage. We've got Siena, we've got ourselves, Livorno, and Sempreveste in the group. So that's something to look into and look forward to. We're actually going to play James Barbini in centre defence if we really needed to. That is, it says a lot that he can play there, but he's also more of a fullback these days. So yeah, he could definitely play the fullback, wingback position, and if I ever needed to, we could absolutely do more. Serpi will start this game. No, actually, what about Pellegrino? We could start Pellegrino in this position. He's right foot only, so that's a bit of concern. So yeah, maybe moving across to do this. They want me to start Serpi, actually. So yeah, we'll start Serpi instead. I will trust it. I will just give them. I will listen to their advice. Apart from tomatoes, that seems to say Fofana is Chris to be started. I don't want to. I actually want to start Jack Oliver, and I think I will give some. I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of talents we got that could be good enough for the right winger position, and the talent we got that can be good enough in the inverted winger position. It's really ridiculous how good we got talent wise. Oliver's the second best player in that position now, apart from Scapato, and I don't want to drop Scapato, so we're going to see what we can do against Livorno. They haven't got much fitness, but that's fine. We can work with that, and I feel we can win this game against Livorno, even though they beat us 4-0 last time out, and we drew 4-4 at this ground before in the league. Shall we get on and see what we can do? So they got a free kick, and we're literally going to go for the same tactic we used before. Ironically enough, we did better with the tactic with the 3 midfielders in and the attacking midfielder than we did with this tactic last time. But here's Oliver on the ball. Alioni, Antonazzi, Fantozzi can go for goal. He's put it wide. Close though, not that far off. We've got a throw in. Serpi would take it. It's a long throw. Allegri gets rid of it. Here's Fantozzi now. And what can we do from this? Fantozzi with the ball, plays it across, not the best cross in the world. And Seppi will get to this first. So Antonazzi, Adioni, Barbini. And what can he do? He's lost out, and he's not really done much with it. And it's a long ball forward, and I don't know what Livorno are doing here, but it feels like they're just being silly. Here's Gabato, left foot, goal, 1-0. If we can beat Livorno and get through to the next round of this competition, I'll be very, very happy. We've only done it a handful of times too, so this is a tournament that we've not done so well in. We've only got past the group stage 3 times in the last 8. So more times than not, we'll be knocked out of this stage. So if we can get past the stage for the first time in a couple of years, it'd be great. They got a corner. They're going to want to score this. They have scored this, and that's very lucky. We got a long throw again. And Alioni, he's played back to Serpi. I'm surprised he's done that, but here's Serpi now anyway. Antonocci, Barbini, he's very... Oh, Oliver. Offside, that would have been a very good goal. I actually like the fact he's tried that. I more times... Oh, he's really far offside, but that's a... Barbini's gone for a shot, it looks like. And Oliver just had the opportunity to get there. I just realised Livorno have already played against Sembradeste and he drew. So actually, this is a good time to draw. If we win, then we're the favourites to go through, surely, because Livorno were held to draw by Sembradeste. Okay, good to know. So half time it's 1-1, and we've had 4 bookings. Not surprising, I suppose, but I should be concerned that's the case as well. And if we get a goal, we should be favourites. I'm going to tell the team that they can do more. I think we can do more. We just got to make sure we don't do anything stupid, you know. They got a free kick. If they score, I'll be concerned. They're going to go through because they've already got the extra point from the game against Sembradeste, and we need to get more. So, not good. We've conceded the goal when we didn't need to concede, and we could be heading out of this competition. If we don't win this game, if we lose this game, we're out, because Livorno would already be through, and Sembradeste can catch up to them, and they're the only team that could catch up to them. Free kick, Contadini takes it. That wasn't far away at all, was it? Good effort. They got a goal kick. If they score a third now, it's over for us. We need to get an equaliser to have any chance of going through. And Scapato is going to get to this. He can play in the middle. Fafana's in there and doesn't get to it. But Sanelli gets there first. Here's Brazzone. Bondi finds Fafana. What can he do? That's a good ball. And Bondi scores his first ever goal to get us an equaliser. And that is actually a really good goal. Really well worked. A bit lucky it's got to him in the end. Fafana just waited and waited and made it. It was a good run. It's lucky it's got in because it's been deflected in, but it's still a very good goal. Could not have been timed better either. And with this goal, Livorno need us to drop points now against Sembradeste, because if we don't, if we win the next game, we're through. Because Livorno have drawn both their games. That's a good result for us. Even if it was a bit lucky at the end, but I'll still take it either way. 2-2 draw, good game. And yeah, like I said, draw helps us out, and we need to make sure we can beat Sembradeste next time out. I also want to talk about Misa Mazza briefly, because he got let go after his team got promoted last season to Serie A, and I was a little heartbroken to see he'd been let go, and I can't pick him up as a player because rules of the challenge kind of restrict me in that regards, but there you go. He'd be very much suited for the team as well, and could be a leading Serie B player too, so disappointed that we can't get him in, but it is what it is, and I just hope that he finds a good club soon, because he's too good to retire at the age of 24. He really is. Okay, so here we are. Sapong is wanted. I'm going to try and get about 2k for him. Can I get 2k? Yes, they're happy with 2k. And 50% in the next clause as well, so I'm excited to see what we can go with him. Oh, God, okay, that's not good. Scapassa's out for 4 weeks. Not what I needed when my key striker is in the form he could be and has been scoring 10 plus goals every single season so far. So hopefully he's not going to have a season like he did 2 years ago where he just got 11-27 because of injury. And hopefully he gets what he did last season or 2 seasons before that, We need him on top form. And if his average rating is not great, he's doing very good with goals, so we need him very much so to be around, especially when he can provide assists as well. Let's hope it's just a one-off thing. Oh, also, Campanotti broke his ankle, so he's out for 2 to 3 months, and honestly, that could be his career over at the club. I'm going to be honest and say this could be the last time we see him in the first team anytime soon. Not ideal to say that, but what can you do? Okay, so we're letting Sapong go to Modena. It just makes sense to let him go. He's not going to get the game time. He's not got the personality I'm looking for. And he's got the worst personality out of the top 5 goalkeepers. So it makes sense to get rid of him and to give him some game time elsewhere and to cash him when I have the chance. We're getting £2,000 on him, and it frees up some wage budget, about another £250 a week. So it's good. And Julian Vale is now getting his coaching badges, as is Alessio Petit. So yeah, 2 more coaches getting the highest level coaching badges. It's good for us, it really is. Okay, so we're going to play against Sembreveste now, and one Scopato's injured, so he's not been available for a bit. Kaluk is on the bench, but he's not expected to take part. If he does take part, something's gone very, very wrong indeed. And we've got plenty of players that can be used in the meantime on the pitch, so we don't need to really use him. We're going to give David Martino a chance in the first team as a result. We've got a lot of players that could do well. We've got Brizzone also starting because, one, he's been very good training-wise, and also, he's actually the best player in that role now. Fantozzi might actually be someone we can force out if he's not careful sooner rather than later, and he wouldn't be the best for an advanced playmaker as well. So, yeah, Brizzone could be the key. He is a better winger than anything else, admittedly, but I have a lot of faith in him as a box-to-box. He's got the physicals for it. He's got some of the mentals I'm looking for too. Yes, he hasn't got the finishing, but that's the only thing he's really lacking as far as I'm concerned for this level. And he's good enough for this division too. He's consistent, just like Fantozzi is. So let's see what we can do, and let's hope we can get a win to secure ourselves a place in the next round of the Coppa Italia Liga Pro. Okay, they got a free kick. It's Donnarumma taking it. Oh, they hit the bar. That is a bad miss, really. And Camenetti is the only player that's still here after all this time. Is Bondi now. Coming down the field. It's not the best ball forward, was it? And Militano, I don't think he's as good as I wanted to be in this position, but he's got the ball back. It's Brizzone, who starts as the box-to-box today. Plays it across. Alioni, just wide. Okay, that's a chance for us to take the lead, and we haven't taken it yet. Another throw now. Long run, and the keeper doesn't get to it, but Militano does, and it's a goal. It's a corner. We've hit the bar, though, and we should have... I think we're going to take the lead at some point. It's just a matter of time, isn't it? Militano takes the corner. Bondi plays it in the middle, and it's been cleared away. And Barbini has got the ball. Here's Alioni now, using his pace to his advantage. Militano goes for goal. 1-0. He's continued on from last year. This is a guy I have a lot of faith in at the moment. After we did last year, 8 goals as a deep line forward. He isn't going to start every game because I want to give Oliver a chance in the first team. But this is a guy I honestly have kind of become fond of after last season. Free kick. It's been played in the middle. And they've equalised. Canero has scored his first of the season. That's a bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. I thought we could defend the set pieces this year, but it seems like that's still going to be a weakness of ours. I don't know where that's going to leave us in the table, admittedly, but what does that do for the table now? Since everyone's got 2 points as things stand, are we still going to be top, or are we going to drop down to second, or even third? No, it's still top. Okay, that's good. Serpe plays the ball in. Oliver gets to it, and Jack Oliver has scored his first ever goal for us. It's the second game for us. And that's beautiful. 2-1. Good time to get the second. And they get in front once more. The long throw is doing the damage again. The keeper goes for it and doesn't get there first. Manager's probably had an absolute screaming at them and nasty. Should score. That's a good save. That's a great save actually. But probably we'll need to make sure our defensive problems are not going to be affecting us. We're We're going to make some changes soon, I think. We've got 5 substitutes we can use anyway, so just got to make sure we use them wisely. They got free kick again, and I'm concerned because we consider a goal from free kick. Marco Nasty gets there first. I think Livorno are not going to get anything out of this. It's between us and Stemma Deste at this point, but we need to make sure we don't do this. Every time we seem to screw up these set pieces, and I'm getting annoyed by it now. I really am. There's a corner for them. Martina heads it away. We've made all 5 changes. We probably should have waited for some of the other fitness things to be an issue. Oh, he's offside. I was literally about to get angry with myself. But he's offside just about. I'm honestly considering starting to get a bit more defensive, but I don't. He's a way off. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play for the draw or just go for more. They've had, look at the chance they've had as well. This is the stuff we've destroyed in the past, but this is a chance. If they score now, I don't make the change. It's my own fault. I don't have any words to say about that. I literally have nothing to say. I'm going to go very attacking. We need to get something. That is ridiculous. What a ridiculous goal this is. I don't... What do you even say about that? It's just deflected. The keeper just doesn't get there. He's made a mistake again. How do you justify that? We're going to be knocked out of this group again. I hate this competition sometimes. I want to win it, but I can't seem to get past the group stage. It's just frustrating me now. It really is. So for the 4th year running, we've been knocked out in the group stage of this competition. And it's just starting to get a bit frustrating now. It really is. But yeah, we've been knocked out. And it's not a good sign. As I'm actually looking at Nicotray. And yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get any time football. He's in the under-20s. This is what annoys me. Players I had to sell for money because the board is selling for me are not getting any game time. And I'm going to be honest. I've got to look at some of the players now and say they're not good enough anymore. DBSC again just wasn't good. He was a warning for this. Antonozzi, I am literally going to have to say maybe it's time to sell Antonozzi. Bondi, I'm going to give more time to because, you know, young player. But Antonozzi's been in the first team for years now and he's still not getting it better. I think the changes I made didn't help either, which is the concerning thing. I think I made things worse for myself. So, yeah. I mean, Antonozzi's going to be banned anyway for the next match, so it makes sense. But I am definitely looking at this guy and thinking, is he a liability at this point? We're going to bring Porcini in for this game. He's a he's a box-to-box midfielder, yes, but he could also play as an advanced playmaker, so he's got the potentials and he's got the potential too, so we're going to give him some game time. He's also got the ability for this division, so I'm going to drop Antonozzi for a bit and just say that's a thing. I'm going to end this here though. We've got a lot of wages now available and transfer budget. We've got players that are wanted. Martina, I am willing to let go, £450 a week. He's also talked about wanting potentially leaving for a new challenge, so I wouldn't be against that. I don't think I'm going to play him that much. I only played him, 19 times last year, most on the bench in the year before, just one time. He hasn't started in 2 years, so maybe Martina is a player that's going to go too. I haven't decided yet. Macalini is now wanted by Bonesse in Serie B. I don't really want to let him go, but if an offer comes in and it's too good to turn down, maybe I'll let him go. I don't know. Either way, we're getting things here. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video. And that you'll subscribe to my channel. It really does help me a lot. But so anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.